What if we used the full capacity of our brains? Many people wonder about using all parts of their brains. This thought is common. The belief that we only use 10% of our brains doesn't come from a clear source. Movies like Lucy and Limitless have characters who unlock their full brain power and get amazing abilities. These stories make the idea seem possible, but what's the real story? Can our minds actually do incredible things if we use them fully? Let's explore what this could mean in reality, and if there's any truth behind these fascinating stories. How our brain works. The human brain is an amazing and complex part of our bodies. The brain comprises many parts, each with its special job. Even though it's very soft and weighs only about 3 pounds, the brain is one of the most powerful things in the world. One of the main parts of the brain is called neurons. Neurons talk to each other using electrical signals and chemicals. This talking is how the brain sends messages to different parts of the body and how we think and remember things. The brain has 3 main parts: the cerebrum, the cerebellum, and the brainstem. The cerebrum is the biggest part and is where we think and our personalities are. It has 2 halves, the left and the right, which do different things but work together. The left side is good at details like reading and writing, while the right side is more about creativity and imagination. The cerebellum is at the back of the brain, and it helps with balance and movement. It makes sure that when we want to walk or grab something, we do it smoothly and without having to think too much about it. The brainstem is the brain's lifeline. It connects the brain to the spinal cord and controls the things we don't think about, like breathing, heartbeat, and being awake or asleep. Our brains work all the time, even when we're asleep. When we're sleeping, the brain is busy sorting through our memories, deciding which ones to keep and which to forget. This is why sometimes we remember things better after a good night's sleep. Why do people believe in 10% brain function theory? The belief that humans only use 10% of their brains is a popular idea, even though it's not supported by science. Many people find comfort in this theory for various reasons. It's appealing to think that we have a vast, untapped potential just waiting to be discovered. This thought can make us feel better about the things we haven't achieved or the skills we haven't mastered. One reason people like this theory is because it offers an easy explanation for our flaws and limitations. It's comforting to think that the only reason we're not excelling in every area of our lives is that we're not using all of our brain power. This idea gives us hope that we could achieve so much more if we could only unlock the rest of our brains. Moreover, believing in this theory can act as an excuse for not reaching our full potential. Just like how we might not feel guilty for skipping a run because it's raining, thinking we're only using 10% of our brain gives us a convenient reason for not pursuing harder tasks or challenges. Neuroscientists have shown that we use much more than 10% of our brains. Modern brain scans, such as MRI and PET scans, show that there is activity throughout the entire brain, even when we are resting or doing simple tasks. These scans have helped scientists understand that every part of the brain has a function. Surveys in Britain, the Netherlands, and the US have found that a significant number of people think that we only use a small fraction of our brain's capacity. But the truth is, our brains are already working hard. We might not have the capacity to display superhuman abilities like characters in movies such as Lucy, but our brains are capable of amazing things. Every day, our brains process vast amounts of information, control our movements, manage our emotions, and much more. Some people have used the 10% claim to explain supposed psychic abilities or to sell services claiming to unlock the unused parts of the brain. However, these claims are often not based on scientific evidence and can be misleading or even a way to take advantage of people. What do biologists say? Biologists have a lot to say about the myth that humans only use 10% of their brains, and their insights are based on years of research and understanding of evolution and the human body. They argue that it doesn't make sense from an evolutionary standpoint for humans to have developed such large and complex brains if we were only using a tiny fraction of them. Evolution tends to favor efficiency. Organs and body parts that aren't used or needed tend to become smaller or disappear over generations. So if 90% of our brain was unnecessary, it's unlikely it would have developed to its current size and complexity. The brain is an incredible organ, packed with neurons and connections that are all used for different functions. Every part of the brain has a purpose, from controlling our breathing and heart rate to allowing us to think, dream, and create. This shows just how resourceful and efficient the brain really is. Another point biologists make is about the consequences of brain damage. If we were only using 10% of our brains, then damage to other areas shouldn't cause significant problems. However, we know that even minor brain damage can have profound effects on a person's abilities, behavior, and life. This is because no part of the brain can be damaged without affecting its function in some way. This fact alone disproves the idea that large portions of the brain are unused. Dr. Scott Lilienfeld, a notable figure in the field, has been quoted explaining that even simple tasks require the involvement of many different parts of the brain. This shows that the brain works as a whole, not in isolated segments where only a small part is active at any given time. Substances to improve brain performance. While there's no magical substance that can make us use more of our brain, since we're already using it all, there are substances that can help improve how our brain performs certain tasks. Caffeine is something many of us rely on to kickstart our day. A moderate amount of coffee can make us feel more awake and alert, helping us focus on tasks like studying for an exam, writing papers, or sitting through long meetings. Coffee doesn't increase our mental capacity, but it can make us feel more energized and ready to tackle tasks. However, drinking too much coffee isn't a great idea. Caffeine stimulates our adrenal glands, which release adrenaline. This can make us feel jittery or on edge, especially if we're already prone to anxiety. Adrenaline boosts our fight or flight response, which might make small surprises, like a cat jumping out at us, feel more alarming than they should. Adderall is another substance that affects the brain, but it's a medication primarily used for treating ADHD. It helps people who have trouble focusing by stimulating the nervous system, which increases brain chemicals like dopamine and norepinephrine. This boost can make it easier to concentrate and control behavior. But like caffeine, there can be too much of a good thing. Too much Adderall can lead to unpleasant side effects, such as nervousness, restlessness, trouble sleeping, and even loss of appetite. It also triggers the fight or flight response, which can be overwhelming and counterproductive. So, while substances like coffee and Adderall can temporarily enhance certain brain functions like alertness and focus, they don't unlock new areas of the brain or increase our overall mental capacity, and relying too heavily on them can lead to negative effects. Activities to boost brain power. Boosting your brain capacity is about engaging in activities that challenge and stimulate your brain. Reading is a fundamental way to expand your mind and improve cognitive functioning. When you read, you're absorbing new information and also enhancing your critical thinking, comprehension, and vocabulary. It's a workout for your brain. Engaging with complex texts, such as Shakespeare, might seem daunting, but it pushes your brain to adapt and grow. You might even find yourself coming up with unique ideas or questions. Another activity that might not sound exciting but is incredibly beneficial for your brain is solving arithmetic problems. Math problems can be a challenge, but they're also an excellent way to keep your brain sharp. Regularly tackling math exercises can help slow down cognitive decline as you age. So next time you encounter a math problem, instead of shying away from it, see it as an opportunity to boost your brain power. These activities won't turn you into a superhero with mind-bending powers, but they will equip you with a strong cognitive foundation. Being able to quickly respond in class or solve problems efficiently can make you stand out as knowledgeable. Aside from academic pursuits, personal development and altruism play significant roles in enhancing brain function. Being the best version of yourself and helping others can lead to a fulfilling life. Acts of kindness, such as holding a door open for someone or giving compliments, can boost your mood and self-esteem. This is because doing good deeds activates the brain's reward system, releasing feel-good chemicals like dopamine. Combining these qualities, sharp intellect, reliability, and kindness, creates a well-rounded individual who shines uniquely. Even though real-life superpowers might not involve flying or invisibility, the ability to make a positive impact, solve problems, and continually grow intellectually and emotionally is a remarkable feat in itself. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, subscribe, take care, and see you next time.